Hello, tubers. Mike Martin's here. Mike Martin's channel. I love Douglas Todd articles. You should look him up. He's got some really good, hard-hitting, and in-your-face articles you should check out. BC immigration program, a backdoor for millionaire house buyers. What's going on? Well, it ties into the article I keep reading to you guys that Canada wants more Chinese millionaires because a new business for Canada is bringing in as many millionaires as possible. It's a lucrative business and try to secure positions and opening fast-tracking offices in China to fast process more Chinese wealthy immigrants. So you can look at the article. Canada wants more Chinese. Yes, the emphasis is so-called provincial nominee programs is supposed to be on newcomers looking for a job. How did it come to pass that thousands of people who came to Metro Vancouver through a provincial immigration scheme bought pricey houses? A Statistics Canada report show 2,370 people who recently arrived in BC through provincial immigration program have bought single-family houses worth on average $2.38 million in Metro Vancouver, which is $800,000 and above the norm Canadian born home house buyers. So the Canadian proper can't afford that because their jobs just don't pay them anymore enough. So if you're a high-ranking doctor, you still can't afford to live in Vancouver. So, good luck if you're a police officer or a garbage collector or a mailman. Whew. It's startling figure in part because politicians often trumpet how the relatively small provincial immigration programs were created primarily to fine-tune Ottawa's bulkier immigration policy by pinpointing the right skilled workers for each local labor market. Given that the emphasis of so-called provincial nominee program is supposed to be on newcomers looking for a job, how have thousands since 2009 been able to quickly buy pricey Metro Vancouver real estate? It's difficult to get an answer from officialdom. Yeah, officialdom. So we're left on our own devices to figure out the irregular access. I'm not alone suggesting one of the last thing most young people need in Metro Vancouver is unaffordable housing market to be squeezed out by other stream of foreign capital. The BC and NDP government is among those trying to crack down on the price inflation phenomena associated with Seattle families who buy stately homes. So what it is, it's satellite families, basically. I guess it's people that have a second home in Canada, I guess, or extra properties in Canada. Oh well, let me know in the comments. I can't read, so who cares? It's the message that counts. But the revealing data is there in the particulars of January Statistics Canada report. Its charts point to the way of many families are coming to Metro Vancouver with large amounts of wealth, which have been funneling into housing. So there it is. And there it is. It's right there. Canadian-born owners, and then from China. So there shows the medium house values. And there's from India, not too many. And a lot of them coming into Quebec, too, from China. Because the Quebec has that golden policy or something. And it's not only Metro Vancouver's housing market that has been hit by millionaires, millionaire migrants entering through the provincial immigration program. So has Greater Toronto's. The average price of Toronto's house bought by a recent provincial nominee is $1.06 million, according to StatsCan report, while the average price of detached house Canadian-born owners in Toronto is significantly less at $849. And just as in Metro Vancouver, in the recent newcomers to Toronto from China who have had most cash to spend on property, mainland Chinese make up about 2 of the 3 of the home buyers in each city who arrive through a nominee program. So let's do this again. I have to open this so people think I'm not picking on the Chinese, but Canada wants more Chinese. So you type that into your search. There we go. It's the first thing that comes up on my thing. And it's right here. Canada wants more Chinese workers, students, and tourists, says immigration minister, who got fired, by the way, because of Hawaii or Hawaii or whatever. So Canada increasing. Canada said be increasing visas from China, about 500,000 per year. So, and they're fast tracking. They're building more visa offices to help Canada compete for Chinese workers and students. So that's what's been happening lately, and that's who's been buying up the housing. When they come in from the West Coast, they come in usually into Vancouver, settle in. Now in Vancouver, you don't really have to speak English anymore. A lot of the people speak Mandarin or Cantonese. So a lot of people feel at home there, so they don't have to kind of transition. There's a lot of signs now. If you go to Richmond and parts of Vancouver, and even heard from rumors, West Vancouver, there's signs just in Chinese. You have no idea what it's saying, but that's how accommodating Canada is, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think. What is happening to our Canada? The transformation is pretty brutal. And why am I so on this? Is because the mass deportation of Portuguese in the province of Ontario in 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, when Canada deported tens of thousands and scores of Portuguese families. A lot of them were duped on their visa extensions. A lot of employers said, yeah, pay me $5,000, I'll extend your visa. They paid the $5,000. Visa wasn't extended because there was no extension for Portuguese, and they threw them all out. So and they threw them out in a way where the Portuguese president actually asked the government of Canada, can you please at least give them time to go home and get their luggage and clothing? Because people are arriving in Portugal because they were taken from work or they were taken from school. The children were held back in the school, and their parents were called in the high school I was in, and they had to bring in documentation. If not, then the parents and the kids right there will be put on a plane, and they wouldn't be given time to sell their homes or to give their jobs notice to let them know they're getting deported, or they wouldn't even give them time to go home and get a luggage. So the Portuguese president asked, hey, can you please at least give them time to go home and get clothing? Because they arrived to Portugal, they don't have any luggage. They were thrown out of the country. So I'm going to be on this forever, and hopefully my kids continue broadcasting the news that other outlets won't tell you. Go ahead and if you'd like, please, if you want to donate to the channel, please share one of my videos. Get me out there. Let's go against them. Let's let people know that we know what's going on, and it's all in articles right there. But a majority of people don't pick it up and don't bother because they think everything is fine and dandy without them knowing that they're completely bought out for the next 3 generations. Comment below. Thanks for watching, and let me know.